Senator is to Kabakirion.
No, woman, we hear all they wanna, but please, ever you spell, don't you worry.
I begin. I want to. I live in a community.
Show your allegiance, show to destination, Liberia. Not like Liberia. Show your allegiance, show loyalty to destination, Liberia. The red on the flesh is forever. The white on the flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue is for black people. We know Liberia is home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 days of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shall be evermore. Joy, allegiance, joy, loyalty to the nation, Liberia. If my people who are over money, we humble themselves and seek my faith. I will rise and build their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy, kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep the peace.
Because the unity we will build our nation. Liberia,
arise.
Oh yeah. Liberia, arise. Arise and dig your blade. The flag of Liberia. What a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the show. Welcome to Bitz and Pieces this afternoon on Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Monrovia, another frequency across the country. Welcome to another fascinating edition of the show. It promises to be very, very fascinating than ever before. We'd like to say good afternoon to all of you listening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, how best you go about listening. We'd like to say welcome to Bitz and Pieces this wonderful afternoon. It's on a Tuesday afternoon. We'd like to say welcome to the show. It promises to be very, very fascinating. A lot of issues to talk about. Too many things we have on our plate to talk about. We want to take our time and talk about some of the issues we have on our plate this afternoon. And so, welcome to the show. Those of you watching, share the show. Invite others to join. As we intend to talk about some of the critical national issues on our plate this afternoon. Those of you watching, share the show, leave a comment in the comment section. And of course, we acknowledge those of you watching
was born in 1847.
What are the issues and who are those we intend to talk to
Son of people, we
this afternoon on the show?
the Lone Star shining evermore.
The House of Representatives summoned LSE Managing Director. Why was he summoned by the House of Representatives?
People who are poor by money,
We'll bring you an update
they humble themselves and seek my face.
of that development.
I will rise and build their nation.
The police in Nimba, specifically Ganta, has raped a 16-year-old girl.
To your rising,
Wow.
if them will come to your life,
Law enforcers, they've turned to ripper.
be the peace.
They've turned to rapists.
What's in unity, we will build our nation.
They said the police that should be raping our girls.
Liberia, arise,
What they said they should be doing.
arise, they
Oh, we'll talk about that as well this afternoon on the show.
whatever
This is not a good news. It is not a good thing for the police to be raping. I think it's concerning and there's a need that we all talk about this.
Liberia,
I mean, we're discussing someone else's daughter future, the future of someone else's child. Imagine a 16-year-old little girl has been raped, allegedly raped, by an officer of the Liberia National Police. There in Ganta, Nimba County. Finance Minister Augustine Afan shows Liberian an increase in the national budget before 2029. We'll talk about that as well. Do we appreciate increase in the budget? Yes. But it said, positively affecting the lives of the ordinary people. We'll have our analysis. We'll make some recommendations this afternoon on the show.
Was born in 1847.
And so, welcome to all of you just tuning in. 3 o'clock, we'll have Brian on the show. Brian supported the current ruling Unity Party in the 2023 elections. A lot of issues we'll talk about. We'll talk about his support to the Unity Party. Is he satisfied with the form and manner in which the government is proceeding? The form and manner in which the government is, is leading the country. And he did a post of recent. We will ask him some of the hard questions this afternoon on the show. We'll talk about his quest. My understanding is, he's vying for the representative seat of this district. That's district number 8, Moserado County. And so Brian will sit with us this afternoon at 3. We'll talk with him after 4 o'clock. We shut the door and walk out of this place. And so that's the composition. That's the lineup of this Tuesday's edition of the show, right there on Base and Pieces. And of course, the cash giveaway is on. Share the show, invite others to join the show. And let's move on. The cash giveaway is on. You dial *799#. You OK, select number 8. 3 options giving you today. Yes. Today we're giving our phones, we're giving our rice, we're giving out 10, 15, we're giving out $50,000 as well. I've been instructed to do so. And so all you need to do is to play. You can play with $50. You can play with $200. and you can play with just whatever amount you have on your phone for today. So you can put in your bet by dialing *799# you okay, and select number 8, and let's move on. *799# okay, select number 8, put in your bet, play multiple times, play the number of times that you want to play. Those of you watching, leave a comment in the comment section, and of course we acknowledge all of you watching this afternoon. So like I said, there are a lot of issues we have to talk about, and we need to move and start to talk about some of the issues. But I want to bring you this from the House of Representatives. My understanding is yes, the House of Representatives is someone, the how you call him, the head of the LEC. Yeah. And this is it. I want to just read this for like just few minutes quickly, and then we come and talk about some of the issues. Those of you watching, hey, Peter M. Kekla has joined the show, and Peter is watching from Mike Gibby. He said thanks for the hard work. And Nathaniel Swa has joined us from Kigali, Rwanda. Pa G Jalajinon says, I'm falling from River G County. And those of you watching, leave a comment in the comment section. I will acknowledge all of you watching the show this afternoon. Let's get this. This is it. It says House of Representatives summons LEC Managing Director Mohammed M. Sharif. The House of Representatives has summoned the Managing Director of the Liberia Legislative Corporation, Honorable Mohammed M. Sharif, to appear before its leadership on Monday to address the country's persistent legislative crisis. The decision was reached by plenary Thursday during its first day sitting of the second quarter of the third session, following a communication put forward by Moserado County District 8 Representative Prince Toads, who raised serious concerns regarding the continuing unstable electricity supply across Liberia and the alleged failure of the LEC leadership to fulfill commitment made to the Liberian people. In his communication, Representative Toads described access to stable and uninterrupted electricity as a critical necessity for national growth, economic stability, healthcare delivery, education, public safety, and overall well-being of citizens. He noted that despite repeated assurances made by the LEC Managing Director during his confirmation hearing before the Liberian Senate, the country continues to experience severe and prolonged power outages. According to Representative Toes, the Managing Director had pledged under oath to improve electricity generation, transmission, and distribution nationwide within specific timelines. However, he stated that current conditions reflect a significant departure from those commitments. Business continue to suffer erroneous financial losses due to unreliable electricity supply. Hospitals and schools remain challenged by constant power interruption. Families continue to live in darkness for extended periods despite paying electricity tariffs. Representative Tools emphasized. Okay, so let me see this point. It said Representative Tools requested that the Managing Director personally appear before the House, providing explanation on several key issues, including the reasons for the persistent nationwide electricity outages, the status of commitments and timelines presented during his Senate confirmation hearing, operational and financial challenges confronting the Liberia Electricity Corporation, measures currently being undertaken to restore stable electricity nationwide, a comprehensive and time-bound roadmap for resolving the country's ongoing electricity crisis, and full updates on all public-private partnership contracts and agreements entered into by the Liberia Electricity Corporation, including their implementation status, obligation, and benefits to the Liberian people. Now, this whole thing about the Liberia, Electricity Corporation, the LEC. Firstly, what I want to say is that this thing that has to do with the electricity is something very paramount to the Liberian people. And that's why when the LEC boss, Mohammed, took over at some point in time, he started doing some good work. Liberians appreciated him for the love work he started doing when he began appointed as head of the LEC. But at the time, we forgot to know that normally when it is during the rainy season, you experience that stability of, the electricity, the LEC at some point in time, especially during the rainy season. So upon the appointment of Mohammed, when he was appointed, at some point in time, we started to experience that stability in the electricity. He was being praised all across the country. People lavished praises on him that he was doing exceptionally well. He was the right person to be appointed by the president. Too many of us said so. But now, looking at the current condition of the LEC, the current is not being stable. Too many, power outages. People, the business people, they're losing every day. The current is not stable. People finding it difficult to, get the current to fruit that market because of this one LEC. And imagine someone will pay for the current. You pay for the current, at the end of the day, you can't get a current, or the current is not coming, but you're paying for it. So what's the essence of paying for the current when you're not getting the current? When the current is not coming, the current is not stable. When the current is even damaging your equipment. The current is damaging your equipment. Sometimes the LEC will have to take into consideration that those of us using the LEC, we have equipment that can be, damaged by the too much, power outages, or you just leave abruptly without notifying your customers ahead of time. Now, one of the mistakes sometimes they make, they don't notify their customers as to, oh yes, at about so and so time, the current will be going off from this end. At about this point in time, the current will leave from this other community or this other end. So at the end of the day, people, equipment gets damaged because the LEC failed to notify them. And the LEC will come after 10, 15 minutes, it leaves. So what becomes of the people that are purchasing the current? They're using their, personal resources to purchase the current, and the current is damaging their materials, their equipment. At the end of the day, they'll have to go and pay for the same current. But now our people are also sleeping in darkness. They pay for the current, they can't get the current. At the end of the day, they're sleeping in darkness. But what become of the promise that the LEC boss Mohammed made to the people during his confirmation hearing? What becomes of the promises he made? He said that he was just saying it because he wanted this job. He said that he's not getting the support of the government. To ensure that the right things are done. What is happening? And I hope that as he has been summoned by the House of Representatives, he will be questioned, he will be asked the tough questions. And so that the Liberian people get to understand what is happening. He needs to tell the Liberian people why people getting the current. At the end of the day, they go their own current, they pay for. They can get it. In fact, it's damaging their equipment every day. But is that the reason the people pay for the current? No. The purpose they go to pay for the current is to get a current to use it. Is to get a current to use it. So if the current is not stable, every time the current come and leave, you know what happens? It affects the people. The business people get affected. The business people get affected. And I hope that the House of Representatives will do their best. This should not be about this man is working for the Unity Party. And so one region speaker would sit there and don't allow certain people to come out to speak when Mohammed appeared. Everyone should be given the opportunity to speak out, to ask him out of the hard questions, because it's about the Liberian people. Because it is about the Liberian people. The people need a current. They need a current. You know how much dollars people pay to get the meter, to get other appliances? And that they will go and get the equipment at the end of the day, nothing is done. I think that is completely bad. And I want to say thank you to the House of Representatives yet for summoning, the head of the LEC. And as we move on, we hope that the right thing will be done. This man will be asked out of the hard questions, the tough questions, and that he will tell the Liberian people what is causing what's happening in the country. I mean, if he's not able to job no longer, I mean, he tell us that this job and not able to job my people, and then the government will find another person. Because every now and then, go to communities. Go to communities. Go and see what the people going through. Your customers are, every day they are in tears. He passed the current, damaged my equipment. He passed the current, spoiled my TV. He passed the current did this. The current did this. It spoiled my freezer. Every day, this one LEC. We hope that the House of Representatives, like we said, will do their best to ensure that the electricity is stable across the country. And let's move on, fellow Liberians. This thing about the police. This officer of the Liberian National Police, who allegedly raped a 16-year-old girl in Ganta, I think it's quite concerning. And we need to take some time on this thing and talk about it, fellow Liberians. As we move on, as we are about to have this conversation, fellow Liberians, I want all of us to place it in our shoes. If this child, if this little girl, this 16-year-old girl, would have been your sister or your little daughter, how will you feel? No, all of us, I want us to place it in our shoes. If this little child was your child, how will you feel? If that little girl was your little sister, how will you feel? I think a is an assault, sexual assault that's been committed by an individual who should be law enforcement officers. But now you turn to be a rapist. It's bad. It's something very bad that we all need to speak against. We need to condemn it in a very strong possible term. And it is a crime. Let's say this. It is a crime. It is not just a crime, but it's a grave abuse of power. Because you feel that you are an officer of the police, and so you have to rape that people, your daughter. And let me say this to the police. The Standard Division of the Liberia National Police, civil society actors, it is about time that you get involved. It's about time that you step in. It is about time that you step in. We're talking about the future of that little child. We're talking about the health of that little girl who has been assaulted by this police officer sexually. The right of that little child has been violated by this police officer. It is about time the UN, the AU, and other donors, we need to get involved. We can't have someone who claims to be a law enforcement officer and exhibiting the kind of attitude. It's absolutely wrong. And what it does is that it weakening the security set of the country. So you think such a person have the moral to prevent crime or to maintain the peace? He doesn't. So there is absolutely no need to even have such a person within the police. And on several occasions, we have said that the police RG Greg have a major role to play. That's why sometimes some of the things happen with shift bling. Because when these things are happening, when children are being raped, at the end of the day, the investigation it just ends that kind of way. Like what the similar thing happened with that guy who, for the Ministry of Youth and Sports. At the end of the day, the guy left. He was exonerated. After the little girl said she was raped by that guy. But the police say, oh no. But do we trust the police? As they carry out their investigation into this matter, do we trust the police, fellow Liberians? We're discussing someone else's child future here. We are discussing the future of someone else's daughter, 16 years old daughter, that has been raped by this police officer. They should not be taken lightly. This is something that should draw the attention of civil society groupings. Justice should prevail. Justice should prevail. Because these are things that lead to mob justice. People take the street, people get angry, they want to react, the family members. At the end of the day, things that are not to happen will happen. And that's what we say. Look, hey, police RG. This time around, it should not be the way the man from the Ministry of Youth and Sport won't happen. At the end of the day, you exonerated the man. And today the man is a free man. We're discussing the future of someone else's child. We are calling on the police to ensure that an independent investigation be conducted to get a fact. Because this have admitted from our intel that yes, this officer allegedly raped her. This child has admitted that she was allegedly raped by this officer of the police in Ganta. But what set of police is this? What set of police is this? Imagine a police officer turn to someone to be raping people, children all around the place. What sort of embarrassment is this? This is very embarrassing. It is very, very embarrassing. This is where trust collapse. These are some of the reasons why people will not have respect for the police. People don't even trust the police. If you are a police officer, an officer of the police, and you involving yourself into the kind of thing, you think we respect the police? You think people will respect the police? People will carry all, sets of mindset about the police. You have to protect. You have to protect lives and properties. You should be protecting the life of that little girl and not raping that little girl. So you think who now want to even call your 119 line? When a crime is committed. At the end of the day, crimes will go unreported. Because people will not get time for the police. They will not have, trust for the police. So at the end of the day, when things happen, Nobody want to call the police. So what we're saying, or what I'm saying for sure, is that why it is true that some of us know that at the end of the day, nothing will come from out of it. Because we know the kind of the leadership of the police and how they're operating, how they're running the police nowadays. But we only pray for the life of that little girl. Some of us we're born in her. We have kids. So when it happens to another person's child, you contemplate about your child and you want to even shed tears because it hurts. And let me say this. I'm calling on the leadership of the Liberia National Police. We are calling on the leadership of the Liberia National Police to ensure that this officer be arrested, he should be investigated, he should be prosecuted for the act carried out, and not just so, he should also be dismissed from the police. You cannot have such a person within the police. We cannot have such a person in the police. We cannot continue to have the kind of unprofessional, irresponsible people in the police. We have said this thing time without numbers, that the police nowadays, they are very reckless, very irresponsible. They just do whatever, and that's bad. Let me say this to you. When police rape, they don't just rape. Or it is not just a harm to that person. Now, one of the things, the police should understand, the leadership of the Liberia National Police needs to understand that when a police rape, and you feel that that rape is just a harm to that person, it is not just a harm to that person. They rape the social contract as well. Even their uniform, it becomes a threat. The uniform they wear, it becomes a threat. That's why when the people do the kind of thing, we speak against it strongly. We always condemn the kind of act. We always condemn the kind of attitude. We want an independent investigation to be conducted. This child needs justice. There's a need for an independent investigation to be conducted to ensure that justice prevails. And I want you to place it in your shoe. If the incident that occurred today, if it were your daughter, if it were your relative, sit then and think about it. And when you take some time, some seconds, and just contemplate about it, this is condemnable. We hope, while it is true that we don't trust the police, but we hope that other partners, civil society actors will get involved and ensure that the right things are done. Under no circumstances, I repeat, under no circumstances, we should have an officer of the police getting involved into rape. Imagine raping a 16-year-old girl. It is very frustrating. It's very sad. It's a bad sign. Very bad sign for the police. It's a very bad sign for the police. And like for me, I've always said, Gregor Cuomo have a lot to do. Gregory Cuomo have a lot to do. If he feels that, some of us would get critics and we don't want to see the best out of the police, he be lying to himself. Then he's lying to himself. Because what we want is the best. When people in the police do the right thing, we'll come and praise them. We'll say, yes, thank you, you did well. So this patrolman, one Wesley Wilson, who did that act, should be arrested, investigated. He should be dismissed from the police. This is wrong. We cannot have police officers raping our children. This is wrong. But let's go to the lines. We'll take a few calls on this. And then we'll move on and talk about the commitment from the Minister of Finance, Augustine Anfoin. We'll talk about that as well. But the cash giveaway is on. Keep playing, keep putting in your bet. *799 hash OK, select number 8, put in your bet. *799 hash. You OK, you select number 8, and you move on. Today you can play with either $50, you can play with 200. We're giving 2 winning prizes. We're giving 5,000. We're giving 10,000. We're giving rights. We're giving smartphones as well. Let's move to the lines and hear you on this issue of the police officer who raped a 16-year-old girl. Let's go. This person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name for where you call?
Yeah, George. I don't know. I'm Sano calling from the township of Diesel.
Sano, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Let me tell you things that is happening for your talking points. George, for me, I have two concerns. One, the first one spoke of the LDC. George, that entity is one of the baddest entities we have ever seen, or we have ever known to be in existence. So again, we are paying a current, we are not receiving the current at the end of the month, going to take tax from us. They is so bad for us. If you didn't give us the service, don't charge for it. We are really frustrated with George. For each time we talk about the police, people feel that we hate the police. But the police is not doing good. Well, we know you are an investigator, but think of rape, then you go and say all kind of things. George, your system is bad. It's very bad. Thank you, George.
Thank you. Let's get another person. This person, hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name from where you call? Hello? Oh my word. 0773 419 502 0773 419 502 0773 978. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Boulevard Johnson.
AB, go ahead from Boulevard Johnson. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I listen to you. My concern really has to do with the current situation in the country.
Go ahead.
No, really, the country is full for the kind of a discussion. Sometimes what we don't again really pissed off because when we put it in power, the people have made an error, and then we remove the people we put it there. And then you're expecting them to be doing the whole thing that we we remove the poor people for. That is Malani Jodi Sarita, they had to renovated. They had to, it is not serving the country. So, why I say is that when they say that the water can get more current, let them make sure they connect another river to the river like getting the hydro water. So these are some of the things as a legislative boss, so to be telling the house of Senate or the representative, even the president. Because a lot of people don't know about it. You say you know about it and they are busy there. Send more water, more current. The money that can open another river to join another river, you tell the people. They say it's not about secret.
Okay.
And it's not about secret.
All right.
The people can say them, they say they want the job when they give it to them, and then they just be calling for our money. And for them, what some of the things are really we're facing in the country when it comes to the current matter is that our leaders are using the current free. They are the mean protest people. Sincerely speaking, my brother, sincerely speaking, because the common man can be afraid. The common man know that you don't have money. So, or she don't have money. So when they grab he or she, they will place them behind your back. So they prefer taking their own time to buy the meter and place it on a house or in a room to be buying a current. These are some of the things. But the mean people, the ministers, don't minister the rest are testing on there. 75% the representatives, they are not paying current bill.
All right.
They are not paying current bill.
Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's the name from where you call?
Mr. White, good evening.
Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's the name from where you joined the show? Let's hear you. Make a point.
Thank you. Segu V for one member of United Party Intellectual Bureau.
Segu, go
Today
ahead.
I'm calling from Faji.
Go ahead.
Mr. White, let me say this. The lawmaker then they trying to call the LEC boss. Maybe I may not use the word wow, so we don't use on the because now because there are people they meet problem in the country.
Why you think so? Why you think they are our problems?
Well, Joe, look at the money they make carrying home. Look at the benefit. Look at the salary. Look at their allowance. The people that are taking, they will never put money in the budget. Say that I believe the LEC, the thing what LEC is getting, I believe they are not getting support from the government. I'll be honest. If they getting support, the thing that going on, it's too poor. It will even be a show of discussing the kind of thing. 10, 19, 18, 22 up to now, we say talking about current business, my people. Yes? The lawmaker, the library again, we are the citizens, we're not really. Because we are allowed the politics, may up to now, if we stay for this project, we forgot about politics. They made they will use it.
But the politician can't say when they get elected, thing will get better, they will do this, they will do that.
Like for me, I support Joseph Bokai, right? The other person will get the support of George Weah. So because John Weah are not the president today, and Joseph Bokai the president, maybe we will not be more. If we forget about other one, we go in that capital. They made us will be 2,000 people here. John away they taking 150, 200, and they feed their family, they send their children to school, they pay their rent in that one. They how about you taking almost 10,000 if they work at some what you doing for us.
Thank you.
What they doing for us? They ensure that more what they do. What they do. I agree with the Imam Kwai. The legislature, let them abolish it. Let them abolish it. Let them just be as a judicial executive.
My man, that the people work there, they're doing bad. Now what they invite, they've summoned the head of the LEC now.
That only way what they're doing. That only way what they're doing. Before you summon somebody, how much you put in the budget for them?
All right, Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. You are live on the show. Make a point. Let's hear you.
Yeah, how you doing, Josh?
I'm okay. Patience, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, patient for the concern that we have for justice.
Go ahead.
So, they be beat on the police. Sometimes you're the general, you know, that election you're gonna be changing sometimes. The police there, they get used to the people. Patches through time, we not hear anything the police raping. You can hear social men rape. You can hear immigration men rape. You can hear DA men rape. And then police. Somebody that heading that group, they don't want encouraging that thing. Somebody that heading that situation, they're responsible for that thing.
No, I don't want us to get into that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the person that did it and just say whatever I want to say. I don't want to say blame, please. Go ahead.
Why the police always raping? Well, yeah, when the jail woman in Picano, the police enter the cell and rape the woman. Why the police? Anytime they see women, I tell them, whoa, how can be issue? What's very behind? The police just raping all over the place. You can just see them and rape jaw. That's not the truth. The behavior of the police about. So that raping better, they focus on power. The rescue mission achieve the raping mission. We police that rape, minister will rape, minister that rape, deputy will rape, deputy that rape. But that's what you hear. The highest seat, you hear the president rape.
No. Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name from where you call? Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Mr. White. My name is Levi Sandy, and I'm phoning from Chicken Soup Factory.
Levi, go ahead.
Well, I listen to you. You specifically the police officer, the 16-year-old girl in Lima County. So you know you come from all of that key. And suddenly the family will cry again. There are so many cases around here. Even the police director sent with George at the time approaching somebody from Bitz or taxes. So the junior officer, the rural men, they always do see them because they got protection under the law by the boss. If they bought with protection by from the higher region officer of the government, they must know the honor men will do. I listen to you, the penny high college, the lawmaker and his actually editing force. What would come from up there? That should be he cannot be work for the country. I just showcase we invited anything that I now walk away. Even something will happen, I know go on and
It's that you don't trust it's that you don't trust the House of Representatives.
The two houses are not trust.
So what are your recommendations? What are your recommendations? What do you think should be done?
The entire because they not even move work for this country, my brother. All the stuff I'm going through today that is for all their own separate view. Their own environment. Thank you.
Let's get another person on this line. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you alive on the show. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Hello,
welcome. You live on Bitz and Pieces. Let's hear you.
Vani Town.
Go ahead, Vani. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I don't know about going water. I'm happy. It seems the opposite my get is dollar and go to that person and dollar. Nothing will come out of it. A minister can wait and just go that way. Nothing come out of it. I put him away. It's only come out of it. My brother, get a dollar and go to it. And yesterday, you listened to Mo Ali talking about water bases. What was suffering for water and not getting water? Can't say anybody you know that water being high. You must go to blue lower or you go substitute. How you call it? Pool lower. You must go get water there. You go pump your own water. So the weather you not know. You not know about it. Now today you telling people like you used to try to say, oh, they put not know the way, they put not know this. Today you tell that you are speaking out of who you are eating. Today, before you there, you're not able to do nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Thank you.
One point and not cast it almost 4 times.
Thank you.
When they cast it, when they form the water, the same play that they do the catching. The problem will save the cost.
Thank you. I think thank you. They think the water thing. I think we need to talk about it. I'm told now. I mean, to find water is very tough. Not only in Monrovia, but in Maserado. Water been getting high. A bag of water above water just the money $10. In fact, a bottle of water, some places you get it $70, $60. We need to talk about this thing. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name from where you call? David King, go ahead.
We got kind of talk. The way they talk about a social education, that you are just going to be booming. But it's like they come on the unity party to power in the turn of the country. George, I never seen at no point in time for us to buy pure water for $10.
No, we are not talking about our water issue. I think we'll have another time to talk about it. We're talking about the attitude of the police, the guy who allegedly raped that 16-year-old girl in Cantor. And yeah, go ahead. Let's forget about that water thing. We'll talk about it another time.
You know, police know for the wrong reason. I think you heard about it. My police commander who raped a 7-month-old police, female who practically in a police cell. Up to today, there's no result. Now you got another woman raping another girl in my family. So it seems to me like the police, they are trying to become rapists. And these are rules on the whole and the rest rapists are really. But now they are taking the rapists and mean our society is polluted. There is no way that we Liberians can get standard from this government. This government has served this country as a curse, and this is why the calamity coming to us.
Thank you.
I'm on the water.
We'll talk about it. Thank you. Let's get another present from this. And hello, welcome. Let's hear you alive on the show. Make a point.
Thank you. That's Edmond Carr.
Edmond, go ahead.
The visually impaired that are pushing for the return of my president.
Edmond,
we are in prayer. Let me concern Liberian for justice. And, you know, this issue that has to do with LEC, the last time when we were discussing another topic, and the House of Representatives, they were inviting some kind of government official, and I said sometimes we frown at their invite because sometimes you are aware of the situation. The thing you say when you make LEC man a boss, you make somebody LEC managing director, then that means automatically current will be okay in the country. When you put money there, current will be okay. It'll be okay. But what I read supported that invite of the managing director, that his communication director really made me angry this morning. Because he was on another show this morning. Everything he said on that show, it was all about lies. We sat here the last time, 2024 when the Congress government took over, they dropped the current that we used for Africa, they dropped it from 50 to 40. Then just a month ago, they dropped it from 40 to 10. So I asked the communication director whether they have restored our current buy, or instead they see you were brave to tell us they say getting the 50 kilowatt from Aroko and they say getting 30 from Guinea. If we are getting all of the current, then why there is a complete breakdown? Because that is the only reason why they were celebrating the last time that Bwaka has achieved when it comes to electricity. If we say getting it from them, then why there is no current? Nothing. So that it comes 15 times, it go by and it destroy all people in the house. What's going on? No current. So when you come to that lake issue, I don't really understand what I really entered there. You know, that is why we have always said that the president needed not to make some statements that are not called for. The president said things are not happy, it will happen. For you to take a case to the police, I brought a case to you. They say this Sunday we don't like it. So we brought her for you to do XYZ. Only for the family to turn about the police may say, okay, I'm not seeing my woman. You go lay her with her, and lastly, we don't know yet. If that is the case, the woman will go to now. If you take a case to the policeman, it's a woman, the policeman not find a woman. If you take your case, it go to NSA, different thing will happen there. So where are we now? So the police need to look at the issue. You are saying we should not call the people, but they need to look at it because it's damaging the interest, the image of the police continuously.
Seriously.
Thank you,
Edmond Carr. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. You're alive.
Okay, George. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name?
My name is Oliver Bearwater. So, George, I joined you this afternoon from Jakarta.
Oliver, go ahead.
Okay, George, let me say this. For me, I would appreciate the courage and resilience that you have, that you keep talking about LEC. Because the LEC director, managing director, have told us that he did not promise us stable LEC. So he was blunt and clear on that. He said he did not promise any Liberian a stable LEC. So I can't waste my time on the LEC situation in Liberia now. And the second issue is that just you see every time we sit here where we talk about police attitude. And it is getting worse by the day. So we're just talking about a citizen now in the political stage in Banga. If the person was later found there around the police station, and up to now they are still investigating.
Yeah.
You saw police stop people doing May 14 protests. The police told us that they are doing they are investigating. They will bring the prefecture to vote, and today they are still investigating. Just recently, the police shoot somebody to chicken factory. They kill the person instantly. Up to now, we don't know who did the act, sorry. And today we are talking about another police raping a 16-year-old girl. Police are supposed to be protecting laws, that are supposed to be protecting lives and property. Police are killing people, raping people, sodomizing peaceful citizens. And so this is why today we are saying that on July 17th, protest, you leave protest, Mr. Bugger has two options. Mr. Bugger either leave or he leave the country. Mr. Bugger either leave the country by providing jobs, by protecting the rule of law, by protecting the citizen, or he leaves if he cannot do that.
Thank you so much. The cash giveaway is on. Keep putting in your bet by dialing *799# OK, select number 8, and follow the option, and let's go. *799# OK, and select number 8, and let's move on. I mean, let me say this to the police. Gregory Coleman, you have a major role to play in what is happening with the police. Your officers are not proceeding rightly. Your officers are not proceeding rightly. And when these things are happening, the image of the police becomes very bad on a daily basis. When these kind of things continue to happen, the image of the police can be very bad. It damages the image of the police. It damages the image of the police. And you need to take this thing seriously. If there's a need for tutorial, ensure that, tutorial be conducted. With the police. Because the way they behave in the form and manner in which they're behaving is bad. It's not a good thing. It's not a good image for the police. It's not playing well for the police. People watching. When these kind of things are happening in the country, the people keep watching. And this is bad. We cannot continue to be behaving like this. The police cannot continue to be exhibiting themselves in such form and manner. And we are calling on the head of the police, Gregory Coleman, to do the needful. You need to do the needful. And let's move on. Our guest is somebody in the traffic. He will be here. Anytime soon he will be here. Like I said, Brian will be our guest this afternoon on the show. Minister Ngafua has expressed optimism that the national budget, the country's national budget, will eventually, increased to 2 or 3 billion United States dollars before 2029 or before the first term of President Joseph Boakai elapsed. I mean, I'm told my guess is somewhere around, and shortly I think the guys will usher him in. But let me say this, fellow Liberians. You have a budget increase, you increase budget, bring him in, bring the guests in. And the effects or trickle-down effects is not being felt on the citizens, the ordinary people. I mean, then what becomes, or what's the need? Only 1, 2, 3, 4 persons enjoyed the increase in the budget. Whatever $1 billion. Only 1 or 2 persons enjoying it. And the ordinary citizens cannot feel the trickle-down effects in the increase of the national budget. Just use this city right here. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. But our guest is already here. Like I said, our guest is already here. He's Brian. Normally I call him chairman. He's our guest this afternoon, and a lot of issues we'll talk about. He did a post of reason. We'll talk about our post. We'll talk about the vindication of the former finance minister Samuel Tuer and his ambition in District 8. We'll talk about it. I've been following him for some time. I mean, he's involved into other, activities. He's doing some things in District number 8. We'll talk about some of his activities in District number 8, and other issues right here this afternoon. We'd like to say welcome to the show wherever you are. You're listening to Bitz and Pieces on Voice of Liberia 104.1 and other frequency. And so let's quickly welcome. Let's bring Brian to the camera. Let's bring him on. Okay. And so, Chairman, we'd like to say, good afternoon and welcome to the show. It's good to have you this afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead. It's better. No, go ahead.
Good afternoon, and I hope everything is well with you.
I'm good.
Let me say good afternoon to your many listeners, the great people of District Number 8, Monserrado County. Just caught myself. I want to apologize. I caught myself in a tense traffic.
Yeah.
A minute ago around the bypass area. So it is not in my DNA to be late, but that's a situation that I caught myself in. So thank you so much, my brother.
How are you?
Well, we tell God, thank you for life. Everything is well. I hope everything is okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Somebody listening want to know who is Brian. Brian, you want to just maybe in a minute or two, just tell us, introduce yourself better for the benefit of the public?
Well, I got out of my solid education that I can defend. And then I got myself in the field of journalism. So professionally, while it is true, I found myself in the political fora, but journalistically, I found myself in this ethnical field as well. A journalist will always be a journalist.
Yeah, sure.
And so far, so good. I will stop here for now. I am a lecturer at the University of Liberia, the United Methodist University, and I'm just Byron. I am myself. Great. I am a son of District Number 8, Monserrado County.
Great. So let's move on. You did a post of recent. I want to read a post.
Why should we start with the post? Anyway, this is your program. Why can I talk about my activities? I think that is more paramount.
Don't worry, we'll talk about that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
let's get started with the post.
You're right.
We'll talk about some of your workings, what you've done in District 8, why you want to be represented. We'll talk about that as well. Don't worry. And then we talk about the vindication of former Finance Minister Samuel Tuwe. But I want to read this post. This will not take a long time. I'm very sure. But let me try to get a post. Let me try to get it from this, and hope this thing will not play on me. I'm trying to get it. Okay, so I think this is a page. Yes, this should be your official page. 1 minute, folks. Please bear with us. I want to read this post, and then I will ask him directly from this post. Yes, then we can move on with our conversation. A lot of issues we have to talk about, and so I want us to take it step by step. But let's get this post. Yeah, I'm trying to get a post here. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get this post. Where is it? Okay. So what we do, I think we'll move on. We'll keep talking about the post. We'll talk about the post because I'm trying to find the post, and I can just lay my hand on it from this end. I don't know what's happening, but let's get started. I think we need to move on. You did a post, I mean, that was reported everywhere in other major news outlets that you confessed you regretted supporting the Unity Party, or what you meant. Let me just go straight. What you meant in your post?
I think for the benefit of your listening audience, not everybody is social media freak, you know, but I would like to turn this. Let me give you my own phone.
Yes, I think when you find it right now, I appreciate.
I have it. You know,
I would
for you
appreciate
to
a lot.
read it, you know, to your audience. You know,
Sure.
Then we can start this identical conversation.
Yeah. Yes. You get it now?
Okay. Yes.
You get it? No problem.
This is it.
Let me read the post.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. This is it. He said, because of hate, and we wanted to bring a group of organized, sophisticated, hungry Unity Party thieves to power. We lied to the American government how an innocent man like George Weah was killing auditors, selling drugs, and stole $16 billion. 2029, we will correct those lies and bring George Weah right back to power. As an aspirant of District 8, Moserado County, who has no regrets about my role played then as an opposition, I am proud to openly confess my sin for God to forgive me. We were radicalized by these current sophisticated rogues, he said. To conclude, I want to use this medium to call on the American government to drop all charges against Senator Nantana Mangill and my brother Jefferson Koji. Those who don't want to confess publicly that some of us may hellfire be their portion. May they have no peace in their lives. May their attacking dogs paid to defend come cause the incoming lawmaker of District number 8. He said, Weah is coming back at 2029. So that was exactly what he posted, you know, on his official page. And so why you decided to do this post? What led to you doing this post, Brian?
It was the right thing to do. You see me, Josh, I don't live with regret. And I always live with the consequences of my actions. That's the type of guy I am. When the Unity Party had just come from power, the Unity Party, opposition Unity Party then, did not have a face to preach its messages to the Liberian people. The likes of Baron Brown, Henry Costa, Tella Ure, we raised to the occasion and we fought for me, unapologetically, because of my own conviction, we for the CDC government. These current organized crooks, let me repeat.
You call them crooks?
Don't put words into my mouth.
They said that you're not in government, and that's why you're referring to your colleagues are crooks.
Listen to me.
All sorts of names. Go ahead.
These current organized crooks who are in power today, the Unity Party folks, they had no face to take on the CDC. We did that. They were sitting at the back when some of us were opening our chest to the intellectual Buddhists. At that time, the Liberian people were looking up to us for direction. It took courage, and I challenged a hardcore Unity Party individual to come forth to say they ever invested their money into the formation of the CPB Solidarity Brigade. I'm coming to that question.
Go ahead.
We established the CPB Solidarity Brigade. I established that brigade right on my telephone and in my room. My fiancée, she used to support me financially when I was not working. At that time, the CDC had just come to power. Jefferson Koji, a young man, very much unmatched, a popular young man in the CDC, who was very aggressive intellectually. You could not dare go against Jefferson Koji. Byron Brown. I woke up and I said, I will fight this CDC government politically. When we assembled during the launch of the CPB Solidarity Brigade, a conglomeration of opposition political parties, never in the history of the Republic of Liberia did that happen. And I challenge any intellectual soul to call. When we launched the CPB Solidarity Brigade at the Liberty Party headquarters, imagine an exotic group, 2,500 young men, opposition young men and women, they came out. It was from that moment I knew that sometimes the major political actors, they will sit and they will never believe in your dreams. They just want you to take the Buddhas for them. And when they know that you are a serious-minded man, then they want to come in to take political glory. The Nyombi Kanga Lawrence, the Darius, the Moa, all of them, they didn't give me a dime to form that identical organization. When they saw the launching of the CPB Solidarity Brigade, where I was leading men, at that time, where will you stand to speak against Kochi or, Natana Mage, my own big brother and brother? We led men to the Liberty Party headquarters. That moment, I can remember that fateful day, Nyombli and the rest of the people started to call. I don't know how they got my number. There are instances where there are some personal things I will not tell you, what we did in the opposition, just to make Joshua unpopular. And let me say this to the Liberian people as Byron Brown. When you know me, this is the type of guy. I don't hold my words back and I don't openly regret my political actions, and I live with the consequences. Yesterday, I was against Joshua because there were a lot of lapses. But I want to say this on the flip side of it, that in reaction or to respond to that post came from my heart because the Bible encourages us to confess. The Bible encourages us, and the Bible says, a wise man changes. Do you want this Byron Brown to be living with hate in your heart for the CDC, or to live with perfect sin against a man like George? We are a peaceful man like George. We are.
What you think?
When I think he isn't. We were radicalized. We were bamboos. I'm saying this publicly. And there are some personal things against the Unity Party. Hold on. There are some personal things against the Unity Party. I should have appeared on an international radio station. But I'll hold that identical interview because 2029 will loosen all of the attacking intellectual fire.
Do you regret your decision?
No, listen, against George, yeah.
Yes.
I just said it.
To have supported Unity Party.
Then I was an opposition.
Why are you regretting? Why are you regretting your
because
decision?
the country comes first. What matters is the Republic of Liberia. I always put the interests of the country first. Politically, when you enjoy your country, what do? Do you sit back to let it slide? You got to muster the courage to tell the Liberian people, you see, I'm sorry.
When you were in the trenches.
When we were in the trenches.
And fighting to bring the government to power, what were your expectations? What you expected that is not working out?
Today, the expectation, never in my life have I seen or read about a corrupt government. A sophisticated corrupt government. A useless. Useless is a word meaning something that doesn't have use. A useless government.
Go ahead.
A government that came on the path of doing the same old things that our predecessors did. That's my biggest regret. A government of hate, envy, jealousy, and the greatest of all, a government that is targeting its opponents on the basis of power. This is not what some of us settle for. I chastised the government of the CDC because one of my grievances was, look, I don't like how Joshua was running a government. You can be in power, targeting people, going after what's the name of the senator, Brandon Samuka, and the rest of it. Those were my positions. On the basis, I said, let us change Mr. Joshua and bring in an experienced old man called Joseph Waka, who would change the narrative, who would reconcile our country, who would not target people on the basis of their political views. Look at today, what do we have at the level of the legislature? Representatives are not free to express themselves. They are targeting people on the basis of hate because they think that if they go after the powerful elites or whosoever against or around Georgia, 2029 Georgia might not survive politically. Should I sit here for people to divide my country? Or because I brought you to power? I'm not that type of guy. This is not what we settled for. This is not what some of us were in the trenches, on the radio, on the social media 24/7.
Infrastructure, why are you satisfied with some of the things that the government has been able to do across the country?
What are some of the things, my dear brother?
I'm asking you.
No, you have to tell the Liberian people, then we can start from there. You're talking about the bridge that they are building around the ministerial complex. By the way, it is a project that President George Weah initiated. You don't know what, but I know. You don't know, I know, with the Chinese government. But that alone came to a standstill because of a statement at the level of the United Nations that our representative, made, and the consequences, the venom of the American, not the American, but the Chinese government. That project was halted. Are you talking about the Robertson International Highway, the road from Earberry Junction to the airport? On whose administration that Edenova project started? Are you talking about many of the solar lights in Monrovia? Look, I am not a propagandist or publicist of the CDC, but now I am an admirer of President George Weah, the former president of the Republic of Liberia, because many people, some of us who used to say, oh, they made dancing bugao, doing this one, doing that one. They made his playful. But he used to go to, this playful man used to go to the UAE, other countries, and to bring money. We have a perfect economy. Open your telephone lines today and ask Liberians whether they are satisfied with the economy. How much for a bag of water right now? One bag of water. How much the US dollar rate? Look, Patrick Hona was my friend. Many now will be saying, oh, my man, the people ain't taking plenty of money too much today. How much are they taking at the level of the LTA? His justification is we married the police brutality is the order of the day. Political witch hunt. Although Samuel won his case in court, but the government is still saying that he should be sent to jail. His Unity Party zealots are saying that the justice minister should be sacked. Unity Party officials believe that at the level of the legislature, when you politically bash or criticize the president as a representative, you should be removed of their position. Like, example, Yeke Koluba. So there are many instances. This government is not tolerant. Look,
if you were to compare compare the 3 years of George Weah and that of the 3 years of, Joe Boakai. How will you do that comparison?
About governance?
Yes, in terms of governance, infrastructure.
I think President George Weah was really challenged because when he took over in 2 years, we have the issue of, I think, Ebola, right? Was that Ebola coronavirus? Yeah.
We had a crisis.
Yeah, that crisis, right? So his government was somehow paralyzed. Compare it to this president, 40 years in power. What are we experiencing today in our country? B Mountain raping the Liberian of billions and billions of dollars. The vice president met with B Mountain. He asked the people, how much do you people accrue on a monthly, on a yearly basis? The people said $62 billion. He said, then how much do we get in return as a country? The people said $32 million. And he was there pretending as if he's not aware of what happened. When the vice president of the country, he has his yellow machines, all these equipment with B Mountain doing business with the same companies in this country.
That's an allegation.
Allegation. I'm telling you, you don't know because I'm more involved. I was involved into the Unity Party. I know these things. Some of the people don't know these people are crooks. What do you think I had to term them as political crooks? The reason the vexing part of it is that we had to lie to make up stories. And one of the people who needs to apologize, he must apologize to the Liberian people, is Councillor Jerome Verder. Why? These are people who were in the international community, at the level of the international community, doing all of the nasty propaganda against George. You had to be sanctioned. Wow. And not Joshua, but Nantana Magay and the rest of the people today, they are living with regrets. Some, you won't believe it. There are many people I came up publicly to apologize. And I think that was the right thing to do, to apologize to the Liberian.
Are you telling the Liberian people that you people actually facilitated the sanction against Magay?
Well, let me tell you something, my dear brother. The people, we were radicalized. We were radicalized. And $16 billion got missing. This one got missing. Auditors going to the other one, yama. Why is it that they can't go after the former government or officials to have me arrested or prosecute?
But if the people do so, auditors, you say which harm?
No. If you accuse, but we made some sort of getting or bring out $16 billion. I wish you had us on all these things that we used to be dancing with here. Look, brother, I have to speak truth to power. This is the right thing that my conscience tells me to do.
Do you hold the view that George Weah will come back?
Listen to me. Before, I know at a certain point in time, we are going to talk about district in Monserrado County politics. But I want you to read my lips, when you are angry, you don't make decisions. But I have, there's this one, I have intellectual blood in my eyes, in the interest of the Liberian people. Why am I angry? Yes, I'm angry because my expectation that we were fighting George Weah to bring to power a group of men who could face the economy of Liberia to reconcile the country. I'm angry because this is the other way around. Now, let me say this. You ask a breeding question. Look at the variables, whether George Weah will come back to power. I want you to read my lips. And no man born of a woman, even if you appoint Tatan Bwaka or Jojo Bwaka as NEC boss in 2029, that's 2 days to the election, there is no way the Unity Party can maintain or retain state power. Read my lips. I can remember when I appeared on one of the local radio stations and I said, Joshua will not maintain state power. I'm not a political prophet, but no, look at the variables today. Let me tell you something. Why Joshua will come back to power? Number one, there is no way Liberians, the people will sit to allow Joseph Boakai to get another 6 years. It is simple. Giving him 6 years is like you are empowering Jeremiah Kun. Because if it takes another 6 years, what will happen? Look at this. Jeremiah Kun is an energetic man, the vice president. And you are going to create a Unity Party dynasty. So many of the senators you see today, the big political powers, they will prefer George Weah to take another 6 years, not on the basis that they left George Weah politically, but listen, this is the calculation. constitutionally, if we are guess another 6 more years, he cannot run for any position. Are you aware of that? As president. Now, then your time finish. People like Amara Khan, people like Nyomli Kangalor, and the rest of them who have political ambitions, their path will be open. But if you give power to a man, a desperate man, a tribalistic element like the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, eh? Who are you empowering? If you give it to Unity Party, it is Jeremiah Kuna you are giving that to. So this is what going to happen. The big powers, the Musa ability, and this is my prediction. Don't be left dumbfounded when this guy comes back to the CDC, Thomas Fowler. And
you think
I'm telling you, are not look, politics is not what you see on the surface. You know, it will be so cool with Joshua than being cool with Jeremiah. There's a possibility. This is why I'm not cool for Unity Party to get another 6 more years. Okay. Yes, number one, if you give it to Unity Party, there is a possibility that the president, because of his age, which I'm not bullying anybody, that's the grace.
Go ahead.
There's a likelihood. There's a likelihood he will resign 6 years into his election. That's a government and give power to Jeremiah Kuhn. Then you will have a Unity Party dynasty. And this is what some of us, we don't want many Liberians. They don't want, coupled with this issue about the lying aspect of the government, and Liberians are suffering. Ask yourself, this man sat in government for 40 years. We used to say, oh, Joe, we are not doing nothing. Name one company that he brought on his watch, 40 years experience in government. Just name one company that he ever brought to provide jobs for the Liberian people. Today, these very same people, they are unable to provide jobs to the extent that the vice president now, he's all around the place trying to instill fear in foreign companies, in the expatriates, by saying, oh, if you're not create job, yes, we agree, certain positions or jobs should be given to Liberians, but even if those expatriates, 1,000 people were to resign, to leave, to say, let us give Liberians their job, their opportunities. Can 1,000, how many people will survive with that? The government needs to create the avenues to bring in companies. Okay. Because you said you came to power, you came to power on the basis of change. You said, look, when you're poor, they will provide jobs for the Liberian people. What are those jobs? I challenge a Unity Party soul to tell us how many jobs. The president, to the extent that the president had to lie, to say, I know how many thousand people or young people they are provided jobs for.
You think the 70,000?
70,000 or 80,000.
It was a lie as well?
No, open your telephone lines, bro. Look, let me tell you something. When people are hungry and angry, you don't need to lecture them. They themselves will talk.
Let's move on.
This government will never belongs to God. But as a political analyst, I'm telling you this government will not retain state power.
What you make of Samuel 12 vindication?
Well, it shows that I think the government had no other option. And they had no case because it was just a mere political wish hunt to fight criminal. I am not a lawyer, but criminal cases, to fight it, you have to present real evidence to prove your case. If you follow the case lengthily, that was the decision of the judge. So I think it is welcoming. Well, it is welcoming.
Your brothers now in government, they're saying, look, that place, in fact, the juries now, too many of them are seditions. That's what they're saying. And that's why some of them calling for retrial.
They are calling for retrial. Come on, let me tell you something. For a mind to accept defeat, it is very hard. It is very hard. And many of them, if Samuel 12, if Minister Samuel 12 had been found guilty, it would kill the CDC politically, because these are men around Joshua. So it was God who saved him. You know, it was not the thing. It is not Samuel to it. Their target is President George. We are the former
You
president.
think it's a win for the CDC?
You know, it is a big win for the CDC. Why? Ask yourself, why do you think the stooges of the government are all on the social media crying? You know, oh, won't retry. Even if you are to conduct or retry at the level of the code of Pontius Pilate, or Barnabas, or whosoever to preserve over that identical case, there's no way you can find. I mean, finance minister, it is your job to disperse funds and whatsoever. You know, when people hear in this country that you are a him of power or somewhere lucrative, you're getting like eating a lot of money. So the code of public opinion, Unity Party surrogates, their believers, Samuel Toy should be found guilty in order to make the CDC unpopular.
In few minutes, before we go to the line,
right?
Why Brian want to be represented?
Oh, good.
Let's talk about some of the works you've been able to do in district.
Well, I think it is simple. It is simple. It courageous. And by the way, let me say this: I would support Joshua for president because he's my brother, and but I will run as an independent candidate, and we will win. I wanted to save today's broadcast. I am the next representative of District Number 8, Monserrado County. I'll run as an independent candidate.
Why you want to be represented?
I want to go to the legislature to tell the Liberian people that we still have men and women who have the moral rectitude to stand against the suppressors of the Liberian people, and I will do everything possible to be expelled. Now, I love to play with words. Listen to me. I'm going to be a troublesome dude at the level of the legislature in the interest of the Liberian people. Look, when I say troublesome dude, I love to play with words.
Go ahead.
It is going to be in the interest of the Liberian people, people, because for too long, the people have been let down.
Do we expect, the Brian to be very tough talking, even if he's elected? Because sometimes you politicians make the kind of comments, and when you are given the opportunity, things change. Your attitude change. You go quiet.
Look at the type of guy you're dealing with. A smart man like me. Listen to me. You think somebody can just bend my head down? It is impossible. When I say I'm for you, I'm for you. When I say I'm not for you. Look, I had the famous fallback position that amusement center in this town. I used to sit down, Jonathan, people come with money, influential people from the level of the CDC. My first time, he's selling liquor and all that kind of stuff. Somebody bringing 12,000 for you to go sign, for you and your party to go to join CDC. And I said, I'm not joining CDC because of my own convention in Georgia. I will not maintain state power. You think I'm man of my, look, you think I can joke with my words? Look, what's the rush here for wealth? What's the rush here for material things from my side? Okay, I brought a government to power. We use sort of our nasty propaganda against Joshua. You think if I really wanted to stay in the circle of the government, I got friends in the government. I was sad to say, although, this one, to just get what I can get in the interest, in my own interest, and say to hell with Liberians. So let me tell you something. Why it is true, some of our big brothers, they have created the avenue, or even some of us who have a good heart for the Liberian people, when we are talking, some would just think like, oh, Baron are just talking because they want to go and get their ass. And you don't blame those people, because look at why Darrell didn't say Orion. Why didn't see Orion? He referred to himself as the savior, the latter one. And you see a fence and built around your house now. It's like the wall of Jericho. Go and see that fence. Go and see the cars, all these things. Where is the 5,000, monthly 5,000 promised the people of Monserrado County? So some of us who have a good heart, we are living it with God. We will play our part. But I want to say this. I'm going to win this Monserrado County.
What is it the current lawmaker Prince Tool is doing that you're going to do different?
Well, my dear brother, I didn't come here to talk about him, but I think he's so cool. He's so cool dude, and he's dancing too much. When the people
to the sound of the government,
you can't say you lawmaker of District Number 8, Monserrado County, red opposite your house, you are demolishing the homes of your people, and you can't talk, you can't do anything. Every bad thing is about the government because he's a candidate or an official of the Unity Party. Every bad thing about the government is okay to him. This is not District Number 8, Monserrado County. This is not why the people put you there to be building police station or start building for you and your cocky bouncing to go there. The people, look, the history of District Number 8, Monserrado County. This is the political theater of the Republic of Liberia that hosts the three branches of government. We need a radical lawmaker who will put the interests of the people of Liberia first, the people of District Number 8 Montserrat County. That's what we need. You don't need one lawmaker who they bluffing you doing the one. But
do you have the resources?
Look,
because to go to that position and have money.
What a fantastic
people use the money to check people everywhere, go register and vote them.
Listen to me. I had to park my car and I rode keke to come. I'm now flamboyant dude. What are you talking about? The resources are the people. The people are my resources.
Okay.
You follow the track records. All of my initiative. I'm not working, but God, look at me. I look good. I look sweet, right? I look perfect. I'm not working, but God provides for me. The resources are my people. The many young men and women in District Number 8 Montserrat County who are coming to Byron Brown, even from the angle of the CDC, independent-minded individuals, they are my resources because they believe in me. They believe in what I have done over the years for this country. When I take a side and I say, this is my side, no matter what happens, it is my side. I don't go back and forth for my work. I don't scheme in politics. When I say I'm for you, I'm for you.
In the first 90 days, if you are given the opportunity,
what
will you do?
What a fantastic question. My first thing here is I'm going to call for the lawmakers tending to be reduced. While it is true, I'm aware that referendum plays a major role, but I will do everything possible in my humanistic power as representative of this number.
Why you want to reduce?
It doesn't make sense to me, Georgie. It doesn't make sense to me. There where complacency comes in to give one idiot, political idiot. I love to play with words, figuratively, the expression, all this stuff. To give one political idiot a leash, a parasite to the country, to give him 9 years in power, it makes him complacent. Why will you look around us in Africa, only in Liberia, that you give one man 6 years power? It makes the man complacent. Let us reduce as a representative, your position should be 4 years. As a senator, your position should be 9 years. We will push for it. And if God blesses me, in the moment I'm inducted into office by 2030, by the grace of God, I take my seat as representative of District Number 8. I'm going to submit a bill to be passed into law for all of the who be First Lady of the Republic of Liberia or whosoever, or the First Lady in 2030. She must get the heck, HCK, out of our budget. Why should we be paying you as president? You are sitting on gold mine. You're sitting on gold mine as president. Then we'll be paying your wife, $2 million without accounting for $2 million. Look, as representative of District Number 8 Montserrat County, I'm going to call on the who be, First Lady of the Republic of Liberia to get the heck out of our budget, and no former lawmaker should be paid. Do you know that former lawmakers are still taking pay? Oh, you don't know?
I think it's something around $500.
No. Do your calculation for what? When you are defeated, you leave power. Why should the state still be paying you? Why should we even be if Bwaga will be leaving power by 2029? I want you to save this. Why should we even be paying Joseph Bwaga retirement benefit when already he bidding? Some of our horse are looking at how you call it Jericho War around his horse. Right now, his son Tatan. In all over now that ball like how you call it, like he like a celebrity, that more a celebrity. That ball, they left that ball living. He's just a golden ball. All the girls are around him. Oh, the Unity Party who rescue those balls. Why should they leave power? Then we be paying them for, but man, does that make sense? When civil servants are taking 150, AFL, people who are dying for this country, police officers, when they are taking, my man, does that make sense to you? Listen to me. This Baron Brown, I will be a troublesome man in the legislature, in the interest of the Liberian people. I don't hold my words back, and I will win District Number 8. Look, we have our sport tournament, and by the way, let me announce it.
Go ahead.
I just gave 130 women a scholarship, 3-month vocational program in the skills. That program will be starting by the grace of God next month. I am not talking about other initiatives that I have done in the district. I will leave you with the public. Let the people call. They will tell you what Baron Brown is doing in District Number 8. But I want to say this, my dear brother. I am the next representative of District Number 8 Montserrat County.
You're sounding over convinced.
Oh, no.
Where is the convention coming from?
Open your telephone lines. The people want me. They will not take, I didn't come here. Great is my friend. Probably he's listening. The last time you called me, what joking? I said, my Great, you got to go Grand Cayman County. Even citizens in that chat room.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid of Great? Is that what you?
No, let me tell you something. We were just laughing. He's my friend, He's my big brother. We're just laughing. So you have to go Grand Cayman County, because the thing about it is that in the military, when your enemy misses you, don't go back there. Because the next time, this will be so hard for you. So leave it, let me beat the ball. Look at all of the opinion polls they conducted between Baron Brown and Prince Toll, the lawmaker, the city lawmaker. I defeated in all of the opinion polls on the social media.
But too many of the people who on the social media are playing on in the district.
No. Whoever overlooks the social media, then you have to go to a rehab home. It was the same social media that used to generate 150,000 for Joseph Boaga when he never had anything, according to him. You taking the social media to be fun? People sitting on the social media and bringing government down. The social media is competing with the traditional media. The people now in district number 8, some people, they'll just be on the social media and see what the aspiring Baron Brown is saying or is doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our guest this afternoon is Brian Brown. You're listening to him.
Baron Brown.
Okay, Baron Brown.
B-Y-R-O-N, small n.
Baron Brown is our guest this afternoon. You're listening to him. You have questions, comments, we can hear you now on 077-3419-502, 077-3419-502, 077-397-8564. You want to take the headphones so that you listen to the call-ups? Let's take this person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name from where you call? 30 seconds.
I'm Abraham today calling from Boulevard Junction.
AB, go ahead. Let's hear you. 30 seconds. Go straight to the point.
Yeah, I listen to your studio guests. There are two things you really said. And I want him, whosoever I listen to, if he can't be in, but they will implement it in our country.
What's that?
That is, by lawmakers going for 6 years, then they go for 4 years. And secondly, is that I want him, if God gave him the opportunity you get there, let him be like Yeke. People, we forgetting to know Yeke is one of the greatest lawmakers in the river Liberia. Yeke remain constant. Yeke don't far up behind Brown and Velo. When Yeke support you, when you move on contract, Yeke move on behind you.
Thank you.
That's some of the things I noticed about Yeke.
Thank you.
So we want 10% of Yeke in our hall.
Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wade.
Good afternoon, welcome.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
I'm here that sending some chicken to Saturday afternoon.
Go ahead.
Well, Mr. Wade, I listened to your guest and he spoke well. Try is a man. But I had a question for him.
Go ahead.
Because he was there campaigning for the Unity Party and for the self-rescue at the time. Now, when they took over, it stayed down. Where that people been living since 1980, 1970. They broke their homes down. Will he get a face tomorrow, go in the district campaign to be representative for the people? Secondly, will he go back to the American Party and tell the people that, yes, let him be with love and we are managing them that the extension there, so please take the extension from all of them.
My man, the man posted the thing on his Facebook page, and I read that. But anyway, thank you. You will answer. He will respond. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Church, patient,
Patient, go ahead.
And I asked him Brown question. I want to say something to him.
Go ahead.
CDC is not a type of back to Raon.
What you call Raon?
Akara Bray. We will re-elect Akara Bray district number 8. Brown can Raon or so we can point out.
But the man tell you that you want to tell your party to now. The man tell you want to tell CDC to
Josh, we're not doing it. That is for infrared. Nobody coming for you. You can put anybody power to that remote figure and work out a bidding now for that.
Oh, you angry with the man? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, patient. Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome.
Can I respond?
You respond. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, that means from Johnson Street.
From Johnson Street. Be snappy, please. Go to the point.
Yeah, I've never listened to any program so far than this program I'm listening to. You see, don't say that this people is doing the city. God will preserve them one by one. It started with helicopter. Now it was very corridor. Now it's about price. And as we are coming off the city, I know your people will need a real lesson and do the rest and tell you about the program.
Thank you. Let's get this person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. 30 seconds. Go straight to the point. Hello. 0773419502 0773978564. The numbers that put your voices through right here this afternoon on the show. Our guest is Byron Brown. You're listening to him. You want to ask a few questions? We can hear you. This person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're live on the show. Make a point. Let's hear you.
Okay, this is on the package joining the conversation. I want to say good afternoon to Byron Brown.
Yeah, good afternoon, comrade.
And I think Byron is the real hero. Yeah, to err is hero and to forgive is divine. The fact that from the Byron has realized the mistake he made in the past, and then he comes back on the earth. Only a few persons that Byron will do that. They are straight to society, and they call it space, and they deal with the issue as it unfolds. Honestly, right now, if you look at the situation in country, it's unbearable. How will you be studying a started barrel of water for $10? It's embarrassing the entire situation. Any country that does not regulate the transportation of fare, what we eat, it's bad in the country.
Thank you.
Power is on fire.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
On fire.
Thank you, Brian. You want to respond to some of the
Well,
yes.
let me respond to my dear sister, patient.
Let me squeeze in this person. This person will be our final caller. Let me squeeze in this person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. Yeah, good afternoon.
To Bound.
Yeah.
This is the voice of Mark Johnson. I do call from district material precise and get a resident.
Mark, go straight to the point.
Let me say thank you for realizing the mistake and then openly apologizing to sedition. For me, as a sedition, I forgive you. I'm asking all well-meaning sedition to forgive you. Because it's a pain to realize that mistake, to come openly confess that mistake. So I'm asking all sedition to forgive you. Baron, you're causing minor young men. Taking both the direction where we need the party looking at them. Not to speak to them, must commend you for it. That's something to say, oh yeah, it's late for that. I'm commending now to stand. You're somebody, you're going to say, oh yeah, let me go and get my job. That's why I want to job, and then let it country be there. But you look at the country, you take the interest of the country. You took the interest of the country over that. And you're speaking to the power, I must commend you for it. Thanks for continuing this. Thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, to my dear sister, patient, yes, it right. Do I need the CDC ticket to win district number 8 Monserrado County? Let me say this with pomposity. No. But I want to say this. The CDC needs me to add to its propagandistic arms. Look, let me tell you something. You see the thing they call arrogance? It will lead you nowhere. They'll say, oh, I have any problem. So why? Look, who don't want to talk here? Patient. Let me say this. I got friends in the CDC. You won't understand politics. So are you telling me that you don't want Yeke Koluba to join the CDC? Are you telling me that if Henry Costa decides to come to the CDC, you will not welcome him? I know the CDC to be a party of the masses. The CDC is not that a unity party that has bourgeois. The CDC is not that a unity party that got first-class citizens, second-class citizens, and third-class citizens. The CDC will never tell its people like what I get there. I got a cooler for to unity party people to say, oh, there's something is the chicken feather who will eat the feed, I will eat the feed, we will eat the body. No, disparity is not in the CDC. What has been keeping the CDC up from the foundation of the CDC is reconciliation, man and women. I don't want the CDC slaughtered to become the next representative of District Number 8 Monserrado County. What I did, it was because of my own conviction. And you call and say, hey, you never, some of your own people then who went and call me to appreciate me. You want me to call me? Look, let me tell you something. I'm now a fake dude. Ask all your CDC people, the gray, the whosoever. I don't hold my words back. I don't want the CDC. I don't want a ticket. I'm running as an independent candidate, and I win district number 8, Monserrado County. But what I said, my open confession, I did it because I am a deacon in my church. I'm a deacon in my church.
Brian, we gotta go.
I am a national leader, and my conscience tells me this is the most gracious thing to do, my dear sister. So that because you want CDC vote, let me tell you something, my dear sister patient. Cool down. That's politics. You need everybody on board in the CDC to bring Joshua to power, to bring him back. You need more firing power within the CDC. And I'll Baron Brown, I will add up to your firing power. I will use my own resources. We'll bring Joshua back to power. And I don't want job from your Joshua. I don't want anything from Joshua because I have it. You never know my source of income. I pretend as if I don't have it. God has been so gracious to me and my family. But I want to say this with good arrogance. I don't want your slot, but we'll bring Joshua to power, because
if you were offered the slot, why if you were offered the slot?
Unity Party people that rogues,
Brian, why if you offer the slot?
You
turn it down?
But I'm talking, I'm running as an independent candidate.
Brian, thank you.
If the party approaches me, no, it will be a different conversation. But the reason I won't bring Georgia up to power because these new sophisticated criminals, let us take them from power. These are all bunch of roles, the old order. Let us get, let's say, even with them politically, let us bring about Georgia back. Some of us who can look into the faces of people to call spade or spade to speak truth to power. Let us bring our Georgia back to tell him the truth. And that's why, amen. You see, that's why I don't want no appointed job in this country. I want to be my own boss. I'm going to the legislature and I will do it my own way. I wish he had a son here called I want to do it my own. That's what I will do. You know, the Liberian our mentality for too long, because when people want political power, they will start to trick people, start to lie. No, I don't believe in this. I myself, this is Baron Brown. Check my records, my dear sister. Let us work together. Thank you so much, Josh. And I love your confidence. Back to back, you kept calling me. And I pray to God that the both of us will work together, you know, in the interest of this country.
Thank you.
I want to say a big thank you to the management of this entity for keeping this entity up. God bless you.
Baron Brown has been our guest. You listen to him. Bits and Pieces return tomorrow. But until we meet, love the life we live the life we love. I've always said to you, put God first in all of your decision-making processes. The name is George. I'm George Way. And that's how I like to take my exit. Bye-bye, I'm out.
We humble themselves and seek my bed. I will rise and build their nation. Like we rise again.
From capital bypass to your home, office, business center, and in your car, this is Voice of Liberia. You just can't touch it.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Pepe can change go. The papers that no want to do it. Do.